We are so happy to be back. And is there anything you guys want to say now that we're back for?
Well, let's just say we are reeling you back in for another episode.
Yes, and we're super excited because I've been wanting to talk about this movie for so long. We're gonna talk about
Drum roll.
Wicked Part 2.
For good.
Woo! Yes.
I
Oh yeah, Wicked for
haven't
good.
changed.
Sorry. So, we haven't done this in a while. So.
I know. If you can't tell, I am coded for alphabet.
I'm coded for Glinda.
And I'm coded for Bach when he turns into the Tin Man.
Oh yeah, also little updates because I feel like we need to give updates. So yes, we added a little heater to our room, so we're less freezing. Nora doesn't like it as much, but that's okay.
Because I'm so cold.
It's her choice. Honestly,
See, this is Glinda in real life.
Oh shit.
what you mean by that? Um, so
Not the bisexual flag on your back.
girl, you're gonna start problems.
Linda, I know.
But if not, what else for this new update of this new welcome back?
Well, we have a lot of stuff planned for this comeback, right? We start playing way ahead, so we have a lot of content coming up. Already chosen some movies. Well, Oscars happening this year. We might be really active during this time of the year.
I
We
yeah, I think we're gonna dip our toes. A lot of people say that saying. Anyways, I mean, like, we're gonna really start diving in the Oscars because that's coming up soon, and I think, yeah, like I have my ups and downs with Oscars, but at least it's a platform that does showcase movies, so we will be kind of going in that.
And we are super excited, honestly. Like I think Oscar time, season award time is such a fun time for anyone.
Yeah,
And like it lasts pretty
nominees, everything.
a good while. So like I'm just super
Mhm.
excited to be sharing this not only with you girls but also with you guys. So let's start this amazing episode. Um, so fun facts. Who has some fun facts?
Who is it directed by?
Oh yeah, sorry. Oh my
No,
gosh.
that's okay.
It's directed by Jon M. Which if you guys haven't known, he also did Crazy Rich Asians and he also did In the Heights, which was my first musical that I've ever watched. Yes,
Really?
he directed In the Heights. I didn't know that either until I saw behind the scenes and I was like, there's no way. Guys, fun fact about me is I never really watch or listen to musicals. Like I watch like Mamma Mia and stuff like that, but then In the Heights was the first one that really got me into musicals and really made me feel represented. So the fact that it was made by Jon M. Like this man continues to represent so many communities and I love you, man.
He's
Keep doing what you're
good.
doing.
Yep.
I think he's like the perfect I guess like the perfect person to see it's hold on. I don't want to like judge him, but I mean, like, in my opinion, I think he's such a perfect example of someone taking care of his passion.
Yeah.
I think when he took on Wicked, when it first got announced, everyone was so skeptical, this and that, but I even in his interviews, he like handles this movie story, musical, girl, you name it, with extreme care, and I think that's so good from a creator, like amazing.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
yeah,
So any fun facts?
I don't have any fun facts.
I don't have any
Oh
fun
well,
facts.
actually, I think everyone kind of knows this because it was like kind of posted around. But they filmed continuously part one and part two, but they
Ooh.
also filmed like not in the right order, if I may. Like Girl in the Bubble was filmed right after. I forgot what they mentioned, but it was filmed right after another like moment that doesn't necessarily go together. So
This
she
is like not chronological.
yeah, exactly. But like from like just Jurassic points, not Jurassic Parks, but
Drastic?
yeah, drastic is how you say it.
But what is the context you're trying to say?
Like it's not like popular and then right after like another like
drastic transitions
like
between
it's
scenes.
intense. Yeah, like
Yeah, drastic is the
yeah,
word.
yeah, Jurassic Parks.
You said drastic?
No, I don't know how to say it.
Oh.
Drastic.
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 Yep.
Gymnastic.
No, not stick, babe.
Drastic.
Drastic.
Okay, cut this part out.
I'm gonna keep it
Cut
in.
cameras.
No.
Cut the cameras.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
Cameras. Anyways, that's like a lot of amazing work from actors. So I think that's really cool.
I have a fun fact. But I feel like a lot of people know about it, but
It's okay.
when you rehearse for a movie, people don't have a lot of time usually. But apparently, they rehearse for Wicked for like 4 months or something.
Oh.
It was almost like rehearsing for theater, which is why I think the
yes.
acting's so good. Like they really study the characters and spent a lot of time with it.
But because the thing is, obviously, we haven't been on big sets yet. But I think something that I always wondered is like, how do they rehearse these musicals and stuff like that? Because even like, for example, Avatar that came out, they also do rehearsals like that, and then they bring it to the like they do a lot of like body work, which I found that so interesting. Like for example, Ari, which guys, also fun fact, I'm a huge Ari fan. I love Ari, love that girl. Ari, if you're watching this, probably not. I love you. Anyways, I was saying that yeah, she posted a lot of like them rehearsing with like walls and stuff like that, and I found that really interesting. So it's really cool that you're saying that they actually spent like 4 months rehearsing before actually shooting the scenes.
Yeah, maybe because it was a musical, it requires more time than a regular movie.
Yeah.
But at least from what I've seen, I know like more TV stuff that have been on set. It's very like quick. Like you do a quick rehearsal just before shooting, but you never like actually rehearse the scenes like we're doing theater. You know, like actually go through the whole scene and the whole blocking of a whole scene. Usually they go like shot by shot in TV,
Yeah, like
and it's really quick.
and I think they kind of profited on running Italians. You guys remember that?
Running Italian.
You guys don't? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
like
saying.
running the whole like scene really
It's-
fast.
it's,
Oh
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's a
I
theater.
thought you meant
no.
I thought you meant
it's-
Italian like workers or something.
No.
No, no. Okay.
No.
Let's explain what an
yes,
Italian
I'm gonna
is.
explain it. It's a technique, or like I guess like a
It's a
yeah,
technique, yeah.
it's a technique in theater where when your director says let's run an Italian, it means you run your blocking and your lines like quickly to make sure you got everything. And you kind of do that like near the end or like right before performing it. So it's like it's smart to run it before you shoot it or run it before you do your actual rehearsal and then your actual performance. So that's what running Italians are.
I'm so sorry. And a lot of actors just do this to make sure they know their scene because it's like it's very fast and monotone, and so if you know your scene, you're supposed to go by it like
butter
in 5 minutes, yeah,
Yeah.
rather than taking like 30 minutes trying to see if you know your scene. So
yeah.
an Italian is a very useful tool. So you are an actor, try it out, see if it works out for you.
Pro tip.
And yeah.
Any fun facts? I mean, this is not a fun fact, but like we know Ari and Cynthia Weaver are in it, Jonathan Bailey. There's a really stacked cast, honestly.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, which you guys probably know by now, but it used to be a musical that set on 2005.
I think it was it premiered on Broadway in 2003. If I'm not
Okay,
mistaken.
sorry, yeah, 2003. Thank you. And it started with Kristen Chenoweth. No,
Yeah.
I always say it's her name weird. Kristen Chenoweth
The
and
wickedly talented.
yeah, go ahead.
I don't know her name. I just know that wickedly talented
Oh my gosh.
Adele Menzel is not.
Yeah, it's something like that.
I feel
But
like John also.
her real name is
It's not
Adina.
Adele? Oh, it's
No.
Yeah.
You say I forgot, honestly.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's Idina or Edina, but I say Edina.
Idina
Idina Menzel.
Idina Menzel, thank you.
Menzel.
So, the actress that plays Alphaba is Idina. I'll say Idina. I don't know. Idina. Let's say Idina. Idina Menzel. And they were the first Alphaba and Glinda. And ever since Wicked has become a huge pop culture thing, it has appeared in multiple like shows, and as well like it's a constant show that runs through Broadway. Like I don't know how long has it been running through Broadway right now, but
For
like,
a lot, it's one of the longest running, I believe.
yeah, they
But it still runs at the same theater. If you go there this year, 2026, it'll still be there. And I think also in the West End in England.
oh
It's
probably
still there.
But also, you know what I just have to say to you, I saw that in Brazil
Yeah.
they're doing a Wicked run, and I've seen so many clips of it. It seems so fun, and I've seen a lot of people from different countries starting doing Wicked. It is so
Yeah.
fun.
In Brazil, it's been the same two actresses. Fun fact: in Brazil, the same two actresses that play Glinda and Alphaba, they have been doing it for like, I think like 10 years almost. So they did like 3 iterations of Wicked in Brazil, and it's always them. And they were also they dubbed for the movie too.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
That's
And
so
they're best
good.
friends in real life.
Oh my
Aw.
god,
Just like Alphaba and Glinda.
Okay. Well, so clearly Nora has something to say, so let's start with our dislikes and likes. So you want to start with your dislikes, Miss Mama?
Well, dislikes from like movie wise, like, ooh, I did not write my notes and I watched the movie a while back. The only notes I have is like how I can translate my thoughts to why character wise. It's more like character wise of like why Glinda's like this for me and why Alphaba's like this for me. But I don't know. How do you guys feel about the shots and angles? It wasn't
Hmm.
too. It wasn't. It was very like doable. I don't know how to say it. I actually don't know.
I think we're trying to say, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, is that like the shots are pretty like straightforward. Like they don't
Exactly.
play with the camera a
No,
lot. But I think it's because
it
they do
doesn't
play
need
with the
to.
visuals. Yeah.
It doesn't need
They
to.
play already with
Exactly.
the aesthetic, you know, with like the beautiful sets they build. So the camera movements are like super straightforward, simple,
Hmm.
like they're to get what's what people are watching, you know?
Yeah, and I know a lot of people are like really uh like, oh my god, I don't know how to say it, but a lot of people are talking about like the colors of it. It's so muted. It's this and that.
Mm.
I didn't care. I don't know. It wasn't like it was the first movie a bit like colorful.
I remember people talking about it for the first movie too.
Yeah, it makes sense
Oh,
for
not
it
that
to
was
go
colorful.
down
That
though.
was
It
Because
wasn't.
yeah.
It
my issue is
wasn't.
that they compare too much with Wizard of Oz, but
Exact.
it's
It's
not
not
the
the
same
same
thing. Like
thing.
you have a lot of people have to think about that Wizard of Oz was the first
It's
like
a fever
main
dream too.
Technicolor like
It was actually the
movie.
first
The,
one,
no, but
yeah.
no, but the first one to go from black and white to Technicolor was the first film that ever did that. So keep in mind it was revolutionary for its time. Wicked, unfortunately, it's not revolutionary in the sense of like musical has been done. Um, this type of acting or way they work, it already has been done. So I think they have to like stop comparing with
Yeah,
something that
I agree.
completely changed film. And I think personally the colors, I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
Could they be a little more colorful? Maybe, but that's just a preference at this point.
I have nothing to disagree or what? No, I have nothing to like disagree about that. I agree. Like that's why it kind of upset me. Like people are like, "Oh my god, it's not colorful," and I'm like, but it's not Wizard of the Oz. Like I mean, it is, but like it's not
It's
about.
not their
It's
story.
not
Yeah.
about Dorothy's
Dorothy, babe.
Dorothy Dorothy's fever dream, you know, like that.
Yeah.
Also, like, yes, it's because they wanted to. I'm pretty sure they wanted to make it so colorful because at that time, that's what you wanted to be seen on that camera. But also, it's her freaking fever dream, so it made sense. It was a bit crazy, and like, I personally liked it. I liked that it was dark. It was nice to see the real world in a fictional story sometimes, you know.
It
So
was
for me,
really well done, honestly.
Yeah.
Like
insane.
when you see the behind the scenes, like they had huge, and like that's what I found really
Everything was
interesting.
like everything was made, nothing CGI, like you know, like insane.
That's what Jon M said. He prefers to really build sets and it like really put a lot of budget into that rather than doing CGI. Because honestly, like in the era of CGI right now, unfortunately, I've seen some really bad CGI, and it's not good, and it's just really bless you. And it's not good, and honestly just like it really takes you away. Like,
Oh.
no offense to this movie, but like Ant-Man and the Quantumania like movie,
Oh my god, yeah.
the CGI really took me. I felt like I was watching Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Like
Yeah,
it was really bad. And so when you see something that looks real, the characters feel it, and like you can see that it feel that it's real. Obviously, I think for me, I love look, I know it's expensive, but I love when directors and studios finally give the budget to do that because it's so rewarding at the end. As a watcher, it's so
Sorry, my
what?
stomach's
Oh, it's
rumbling.
you. I thought I was saying something wrong.
you know
No.
what? It reminds me of Death Becomes Her and how Meryl Streep said that's like the last CGI type of like not CGI, yeah, blue
Practical
screen, yeah,
effects?
yeah, exactly. It was like she didn't like it, and that's true. Like some actor, like not speaking for others, but like it's nice to help out the actor in that sense, you know. And I feel like when you want to combine those two worlds together, for example, stop motion is that's how they make Avatar, right?
uh, Motion capture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like motion capture does like a perfect visual aid for the actor and CGI. Like
But
they're not just
also,
not shooting from like a stick. Like they actually give like a bow and arrow. They actually help them build the world with. That's how you kind of merge those two worlds, in my opinion.
no, but no, yeah, Avatar is a whole other conversation when it comes to cinema and motion capture and
I know,
CGI.
but I just
Because no,
it's
yeah, no, but you're right, and that's how it should be done. I think personally, if you're gonna do CGI, instead of just putting actors in a blue screen and then just shoot them there, be like, okay, act with your actors, and then there's no one around you. It's really shitty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think Avatar, and I think what
that reminds me of like all those time we have to do auditions on Zoom. I literally like
Post-its everywhere.
Yeah, I like had to use my lamp because I couldn't like print a picture of someone's face. Like I know like one of
That's
our
so
friends would
funny.
print a whole photo of a guy, and it was really
That
funny.
is so funny.
It
Oh
was
my
for
gosh.
Cripple of Inishman.
Ah.
And like they printed a photo with a guy that had like those like hats, and I was like, that's so funny. But it's hard to like, it's hard, but it's also doable just because we learn to be creative in that
Mhm.
sense. We learn to build that,
Mhm.
but it's nice to get a little, you know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like get a little bit more physical with the set rather than just standing in one spot and hoping that they just edit a lot of shitting up around you. So
Like you won't even know
Exactly.
what's being added
yeah,
unless like they really show you in detail.
yeah.
But
But going back to Wicked. So we were talking about our
Dislikes or
dislikes.
likes, however, Nora started with her dislikes, but she
Yeah.
didn't really start with them. She started talking about the set. So.
yeah,
But is there a dislike with
no,
the set?
I can't. Okay, my dislike is really like, it's really more in emotional stance, as in how I feel with the characters and why I dislike the certain character. I don't dislike Glinda. Let me just say that. I don't dislike her, but
Mhm.
was I satisfied with what she was given at the end? I was. So,
It's the way you said it. I was. Period. Done.
I was. I felt a bit, I did feel sad. I did feel for her, but that's just because she did grow on me. But all like all of her action does, and just because she lost at the end doesn't mean she's innocent at the end. Like she
Mhm.
was a mean person, and this is why I'm kind of more Alphaba. It's just obviously I have a personal connection with Alphaba, that from from the first movie, the scene where she's dancing and or like she walks in and everyone's making fun of her. That is the most relatable thing I've ever seen from like a clip. I think I cried because it was just, it's just me right there, you know what I mean? So of course I have an emotional and like bonding moment with Alphaba, but without trying to be that biased, I don't like a person like Glinda. Like I can't lie, you know what I mean? I could pull out my notes too.
no,
Articulate, but say what you want to
no,
say.
but for sure, like, look, I like Glinda because I think she's a bit like me, like the whimsical parts for
Yes.
sure, and I think every girl sees themselves in that for sure. But I can't lie, it's true. Like at the end of the day, it is Alphaba's story, and we're supposed to root for Alphaba. But that's a conversation that I was really excited to have with you guys. Is
Mhm.
the whole
Oh.
dynamic and how, because the thing is when the first movie.
My stomach's just going crazy. I'm so sorry. Hold
It's
on.
okay, it's
Let me
okay.
adjust myself.
We need a little snack.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say is that what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Okay, after the
Mm.
first movie, like we understand that like Glinda was really mean and like Elphaba was an underdog, and then it was kind of a bit reversed for the second one. But I think it's like I think that's the only issues because both movies were so separated for so long. Are you hungry?
I am.
Well, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. We're gonna go eat.
No, business first.
It's just because my stomach's like every 5 seconds, and Nora can hear it.
I'm like the worst person to be.
Wait, let me undo a button. I'm not even kidding.
So, we're good? Okay.
Stop! No, I feel like Alphaba in a ballroom scene.
I don't
Anyway.
support bullying.
Anyway.
So, like I was saying, I think because the movies were filmed so far, but not filmed, they were released so far apart. I think a lot of people tend to forget like the
I don't.
premises, and
Sorry.
so I think that's why a lot of people ended up hating, like not hating, but like disliking Elphaba more than Glinda. But I think at the end of the day, like that's like I see a lot of people talk about how that's how their fate was meant to be, like not fate meant to be, but like
yeah, she had to earn her.
yeah,
You
exactly.
know?
Like they both, yeah, that's what everyone says. They both got what they wanted, but with the cost of something. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
think at the end of the day, their friendship was that cost. And I think, I don't know. For me personally, like
No, yeah,
I don't dislike Glinda. I do think she did things, but at the same time, I'm gonna get hated and canceled for this. I just don't agree with the whole Alphaba and Fiero thing. I am so sorry because I remember watching.
That this
And like,
is
look,
what someone said that I know, and I was like, and that's why I had a hard time expressing how I feel. Alphaba did not. It's you know how everyone's like, think about the guy's position. Like seriously, Fiero chose Alphaba out of values and like of need, not of betrayal to Glinda or Alphaba and Glinda.
yeah, but the thing that I disagree with,
Oh.
guys, our first fight. I'm kidding. Oh my god, that's literally what he said
Yeah!
in the movie.
Our first fight.
No, but look, this is where I disagree because the thing is that yes, it's a musical, and like the thing is that this musical was written way before, so even it's not a thing about the movie or the script because I wouldn't want them to change that. But like, let's say if we were to go back in like 2003, and I was in that writing room, personally, as a girl, and like let's use the context of it all. You know what I mean? Glinda really loved Fiero, and keep in mind there's a time jump between the first and second one, so they've
Yeah.
been together for so long, and personally. I get it that he might not want to be able to tell Glinda that he loves Elphaba or he wants to leave her, but still, you had a good 5 to 6 years you being with that woman, and that's still 5 to 6 years of Glinda truly believing that this man loves her. You know what I mean? And Elphaba,
But I feel like she loves him for the wrong reasons.
but I disagree. I
agree with Rachel. Like, at the end of the day, it was up to him to like
Yes.
not be a fucking cheater.
No,
you
that
know.
I agree.
Like,
but you
no.
like
I
in my
disagree.
head, no, I agree with that. But wait, I just want to say that before I lose it. It's
Oh.
like I lost it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, I think Glinda like liking Fiero that much was just like for Fiero's perspective, I think he was lacking more values and understanding what's right and what's wrong. Glinda wants to do what's visually right, what appears right, what is like like a performative like belief.
Yeah.
He didn't want that. So in my head, I'm like, I understand, but like she's dragging him to perform too.
No, for sure, but I think that's where I think the depth of these characters. And look, if we're gonna go back to a relationship, I think at some point, I think Glinda generally loved this man because
Yes.
at the end of the first movie, she literally says he's not perfect anymore, but I still want him.
Yeah.
And I think that represents a relationship.
Mhm.
That's literally what it is. You're supposed to love your partner in every moment, on like good parts, bad parts, and every part. You know what I mean? So I think that's what pisses me off. And as a friend, I wouldn't like if I was in Glinda's position, about to get on my wedding day, about to get married to the man of my dreams, and this man has been hiding for me to hiding from me for 5 years that he's been in love with my best friend. Oh, I would crash out. I would generally crash out. And I think that's also part of Alphaba. She should have just said, you know what, I had a moment with Fiero and I'm so sorry. But like we love each other. And then have obviously maybe that this distasteful fight, and then after that reconcile. Also, I just hated how like they became such good friends at the end, even though she fucking did her dog dirty.
Keep talking. I gotta pee.
Okay.
For real.
You have to pee. Okay. Okay. So
we're back from our little running to the loo and having a little bite. So
I didn't like that. I didn't like how, because maybe it's just me realistically.
I would have never forgiven.
Exactly. And people were like, she was so mean. She's the reason why Nessa died. She was cheated on. She found out about her, like her man leaving her on her wedding day. The guy that she loved for 6 to 7. No, 5 to 6. No,
6,
no,
7.
No.
You can't say it and take it back.
I wasn't even saying that. I wasn't even aware. You child. I'm kidding.
No, I didn't even notice until you said, no.
Because I saw you side-eyed me.
I didn't.
We're going to replay the clip.
Oh my god, I didn't. I was just thinking, like, I'm side-eyeing you because I thought you were talking about both of them, but you're actually talking about Glinda.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, she's supporting Glinda.
But look, it's not that I'm supporting her, because at the end of the day, yeah, she was a bully. Yeah, she was a mean person. And yes, like, what she's doing is wrong. But at the same time, I think her, like, becoming this public figure and everything, I think it's all she knows. That. And she's being manipulated at the end of the day. Yes, what she's doing is wrong, but I think it's like that's all she knows how to do in some sort of way. And I think it's like she thinks that's the best, but unfortunately it's not.
This is another movie where like it really shows how society sometimes creates the villains. It's not that the person is evil themselves, but
that's
because of pressure, you know.
Okay, I do want to make it clear. I don't think she's a villain. I do think she's just not a kind-hearted person, and she had to go through all that, all the cheating, all the idea of killing Nessa, all of this to realize that what she's been uplifting or trying to maintain, the visual performance of being a fake witch, got her that far. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I was sad. I did feel for her. It hurt to know that, like, all her friends gone, and two of them left knowingly, like purposely, faking their death and all that. But I forgot my thought. But in my head, it's like that's what needed to be done. And so in my head, I feel bad. Yes, I wish she knew that Alphaba is somewhere, whatever. But at the end, I'm like, no. But I'm also kind of glad she got that. Like, she, for someone who gets everything she wants, for someone who maintains such standards. Just want to say,
Child. Anyway.
I just want to say, like, I wasn't upset that she was alone. It hurt. It was sad. As a human, I responded to this emotional scene. But at the end, I was like, I think about how she was in the beginning. And it's just, she kind of built that path for herself, bro. I can't lie. I can't lie.
But I think the reason why no, the reason why I disagree when I say like she didn't get what she wanted, because what she really wanted the most was to have powers. That's really what she wanted the most. That's why she felt envious toward Alphaba at the beginning of the first
That's
movie.
true.
So she didn't get that until she did, and that's what I meant. They both got wanted what they both
I
got what they
agree.
wanted. That's what everybody's been saying, and they both went through each other's paths. Like they like switched in some sort of way. Alphaba was the secluded one, and obviously it's deeper than that because Alphaba's racism and all that. But it's like they both went through secluded paths and then reunited with loved ones, except that Glinda at first was with a loved one and then by herself, and then Elphaba was by herself with a loved one. So like they ended up switching each other's like fates in some sort of way, but at the same time they now can feel each other's shoes in that sort of way.
Yeah, I think, like, I kind of want to jump back when you said, like, you didn't like all the things, like, Glinda was going through, of like the cheating and all that. I agree. Like, if I was in Glinda's position, I probably might have lashed out like that for sure. But in my perspective is really like Glinda upheld the system that kept on constantly hunting down Alphaba. She upheld that. She went for it. She advocated for those.
I disagree. Yeah.
Like, that's what is overpowering me more than the relationship between her and Fiero and Alphaba. I think that's why.
That's
So
totally fair.
whatever you're saying, valid. I agree. You know, like, I'm gonna take a step back. You're right. I'm attacking her for like emotional side, but like, from understand that I think I'm outweighing that.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. But I think that's why I think no, Clara, I feel like I wanted to say something. I heard you
No.
breathe. Oh. Okay, because
No, I'm just so in.
like it's okay if you don't understand complex characters, but I think you should just try to open your mind to see if you understand what they are. Because I just hated how people were like Glenda was the bad one. No, Alphabet was the bad one. They're both bad to each other. They're both human at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And I think they both made decisions that hurt one each other, but also hurt the society that they're in. They're in. So
Yeah, I think I think that's just what we did right now,
Yeah.
right? Like, I opened my perspective. I get it, but at the end of the day, I think it's like personal to why I kind of side. Like, I did mention that, just I'm not being biased. It's just, is that being biased if it's personal?
No, it's just your
It's
worldview,
just like, yeah,
your
I
lived experience.
exactly.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think I empathize with both. I do. It's just, I think Glinda will heal eventually, and I know that in my mind. So
what
But
about you, Clara?
well, it's funny that we're having this conversation because one dislike I had about the movie, it isn't that the characters they don't have depth, because of course like they do. That's why we're having like such a debate. But comparing part 2 to part 1, I feel like part 2 kind of lacked like a bit of exposure, like to like what the characters were living throughout that time jump.
Yeah.
Where like just scenes that like really filled the void for us,
Mm.
instead of us having to imagine what happened and like trying to like justify why a character did this and that. I feel like part 1, of course, like it was the introduction to the whole like story. It had a lot of scenes where like, okay, like, so this is why like Linda does that, like it's peer pressure, and then like Nissa this and Bach that. And then part two, we didn't got much of that. And then I think I had this talk, I don't know, with one of you guys, but I understand that like they're trying to be faithful to the play, and probably the play doesn't have like that many expositional moments because the play has to be like 3 hours max, right? Like nobody can sit in the theater for like 4 hours, be like,
I
okay.
I
mean,
would
I
love
could,
to, but
but you
it's not
know,
about
Let me get
yeah.
my snacks. Let me get my PJs, baby. I'm there satted. Thank you.
So that's what I miss because a lot of things I was like trying to fill in my imagination, but like moments felt a little bit rushed because we didn't have like a scene at least to be like, okay, this is why Bach hates his life. It's because he's been through this, or like this is why Nessa is so like bitter, you know?
That's, I think it's not a dislike, it's just a bit like bummed out. I think after the movie got released and now it's on like digital and everything, that's when they started to release deleted scenes. And that's when I was like, the movie could have definitely benefited on these scenes. Even if it's just simple as why Alphaba gave her the shoes, it was important to see that dynamic between all of them. And it didn't completely left the movie like empty or anything. It's still a perfectly structured film. I loved it. It's just I feel like those little fillers could have satisfied a scene prior to
It would have made such a difference, especially for people that didn't like do research about the musical. Because I feel like a lot of people that are saying stuff like that, they didn't do the research.
I went in watching Wicked, the first one, and I was like, seeing how Alphaba and Glinda were being, and I was like, I turned to like the person next to me, was like, are they not friends? Like, what? I'm a bit confused. And they're like, you gotta like watch it lay out. But that's just like the first movie, the first clip, but it laid out. Eventually I added the thoughts, but it's kind of like, I agree, there's like little fillers that should be,
They make such a difference, like just little slashes of life, so we understand what was going on. I feel like that would have been much more beneficial than adding the 2 songs that they did. Because honestly, I was not a fan of the new songs.
Which one? Okay, but I feel like No Place Like Home definitely deserved like this, like the song, like the moment deserved the song. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know that song was not part of the musical, like the original track list.
I don't know. For me, it
No
got in the
Place Like
way.
Home. There's no, and then
When she's in the with the animals.
and the girl in the bubble. Sorry.
Oh, the girl in the bubble was not in the play?
No.
Sorry, Miss Glenda, Miss Ari. I did not like that song.
I didn't like it too.
I liked
actually.
the intent behind it, but I feel like it was like it didn't have to be a song.
Because I think that's my issue. Is I agree completely. Because I felt like, okay, look, for the first movie, I feel like by itself is really good. I feel like if there was never a Wicked Part 2, it would have been good. Wicked Part 2 cannot live without Wicked Part 1, which just makes sense, obviously. That's the whole point of a sequel. But the problem is what I have with Wicked Part 2, like you're right, there's no exposition or nothing, and it just feels really rushed, like you're like thrown in the middle of the story. And I think that's why I feel like Act 1, because the thing is that you would understand if you watch theater, you would understand that like Act 1 and Act 2, they're always so drastic. There's always such different feelings and moments. So like making those into movies is really hard, and I think like unfortunately it did not succeed as much as I would expect it to. And like
same, I went with very high expectations.
yeah, but again, I do think that part 2 is more emotional, which makes sense because it's an Act 2. That's where all the emotion ends, and I just feel like as like theater viewers, like I got it, but I feel like if I wasn't a theater viewer, like I try to take myself out of it a bit, and I realized like it's not as strong like story wise, but like emotional wise, amazing.
It's because I feel like the first one could be like a standalone movie.
Yeah, exactly.
But they didn't treat the second one as a standalone, so then it feels a little bit like wonky. If they did, it would have been like as good as part 1. I feel.
I agree with that. Yeah. I have nothing to add, but I agree.
Well, let's talk about our likes then.
Our likes?
Nothing.
No, I thought we did. Well, I did enjoy it. I think it's such a like movie that brings out moments of my personal life and maybe like just life in general. I feel like it's definitely a movie that recreates life. But I'm only saying this because I feel like you have to know, like, I love Jeff Goldblum. I love that man so much. Like, I love him, and his character, holy, I wish I could slap him in the face. But like, I don't know if you guys watch Bob's Burger, but like I want to slap him like Louis slaps Boo Boo. Because she loves the guy, but she hates it. She hates that she loves the guy. So
Wait, guys, I have one dislike. And
Mm.
it's not a
Ooh, what
dislike
is
in the
it?
sense of like it's really bad, but I think it's like it was not the best choice, and I'm so sorry. Like it's not.
Are you gonna talk about a casting?
Yeah,
Oh,
and like look, it's there's no
Jeff Goldblum?
no.
Okay, good.
There's no shade or anything. And I'm not trying to shit because the actor is she's an amazing actor,
Oh, no.
but I think it was just a miscast, and I think um yeah, Michelle Yeoh, she really
Mm.
took me out of the movie.
A lot of people say that.
And look, it wasn't the singing or like no, actually no, like the acting. Like the acting wasn't bad. I just feel like I don't know.
Low-key it
Something
was to
lacked.
me,
Like because she's not a bad. That's the thing. Okay, she's not a bad actor. So it
No.
wasn't that it was bad acting. It's just that like I feel like she didn't bring certain intents that it could have been brought. Like she wasn't as whimsical as felt like the other ones. And like I understand that she's playing a villain, but I feel like she could have been more villainous in the sense.
I feel like she was
because
quite scary. She upheld the
yeah,
scary.
and maybe I'm because I'm comparing to theater because theater is more like outside and more extravagant.
But
and when you
everyone
see a
else is
villain-
acting like that though in the movie.
Exactly. So I think
You-
that's why
you're
it
right.
just it looked flatter than the others, but it's not that it was flat. It's just that like she felt just a bit out of it. Doesn't see, I'm not saying that she sucked completely. Like she was still good. I just think she was just a bit out of it, and I just feel like I wish they worked with her just a bit more in the sense of like getting that villainous. And also, I'm so sorry, just the singing, it's not on the same level. She is she a bad singer? No, it's just not on the same level. And I think like imagine if Glinda or Elphaba was not as strong as their other partner. It would have ruined the movie, you know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
I think that's why they took so much time casting the right Elphaba and Glinda because and I think they're perfect, honestly. Those two, they're really perfect for each other because their voices melt, their energy, their everything is just amazing. And I think like someone like Michelle Yeoh, like she's so talented, but she's just
It was not her kind of movie, right?
yeah, it was not her kind of movie. And it's just like I'm happy for her still. Like I think she still did a great performance with what she had, but I just think that like if we were given the option to recast her, I would.
I think I agree with you. Yeah, that did bother me a bit, like her
Yeah.
performance. Yeah,
Because that's the thing.
you're
I
right.
don't have much dislikes because I still love the movie very much. I think it's a good reminder of girlhood. I think, and I think of friendship as well. It's a really good. I cried at the end. I have no shame about that. Tears were falling out of my eyes, but
I did not cry for this one, but I cried for the first one.
Me too.
I didn't cry. I cried for this one. The other one, my heart like hurt, but then I was like, I know they're coming back. And then the second one, I was like, they're never coming back again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, yeah, sorry. I went on a rant about like loving Jeff Goldblum, but I want to like say like I really liked the way he did Wizard. It was such a like theatrical, like you said, everyone was a bit theatrical. That's like kind of the goal I was getting to, but oh, I just love how he played of being so evil. Like it wasn't straight up like rawr, you know, like
certain
evil,
people.
evil.
He was even his score, like to the point where
yes, that
he wasn't
is
even
so-
playing evil because for him he was just
Yeah.
like, I'm in the right.
What
Yeah.
do
Duh.
you mean? What do you?
And that's how
mean
you play an
you're
evil
gonna-
person, Gal Gadot.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm calling her out. That was not a good evil queen. Sorry, not sorry.
I didn't watch it.
Me neither, but I saw those clips.
But like he's so evil that he's so kindly evil, and I think that he did a great, of course, fangirling, but like honestly, like without the fangirl, he did like a good like play on, you know, built for him the character, and I was really like, like I love him, love the actor, but then I'm like, fuck, this character is like intense and definitely played with layers. He's so bubbly yet so
Yeah, he's so, like
vicious.
charming, but he's like
Yes.
Yeah, he's
yucky. You're
extremely
like,
charming, and I think that's part of his character.
yeah, that's the whole lore of the
I
wizard.
kind of like that. I kind of liked.
And I love his moments, you know, when he goes like.
But also, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm disliking another thing. That CGI at the end
which was
when they went back in time and like remember to
They went back in
no, but, like,
time.
no, but like when they revealed who the father was, like who
Oh,
who
like
set
his
them
face
off.
for Jeff.
That face. Can we stop it with the Renesmee type CGIs? Cut it out. Hollywood, you have budget. Like you gonna tell me you weren't able to do a simple just face on someone. Like it was not good. That's scary.
You could
That
also
was a
just
jump
hire
scare.
like someone that looks like him.
No, literally.
That's
and, like,
what we've been doing all these years before CGI. Just
No,
get us someone that
exactly.
looks like the guy.
like who cares if it's not exactly the same features? Like I'm gonna believe it. Like
yeah.
you know what, like I don't know why, but it was just upsetting me. Like, I'm pretty, maybe that's how it is in the play, but it's just like in my head, it was like an itch that I wanted to scratch, and I guess in the movie it shouldn't have not been, it would have not been scratched. Is Alphaba knowing who her father was, or like him know, like obviously he finds out at the end, but that's when Alphaba is gone. So in my head I was like I wanted to see that dynamic of their beliefs not, you know, clashing.
That would have been interesting.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But obviously that's how it's built, and that's how I should say. But that's just like an outside, like
Personally, I kind of like the way they never
no,
met.
yeah, no. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's like those, you know, like What If series.
Yeah.
Like that's
What if Wicked Edition?
exactly Marvel. Pitch it right now.
What do you guys think about like Dorothy and like her face not being shown and all
They
of that?
can't though. You know what I mean? It's actually like
Legally, they can't.
yeah. They
Oh, that's
legally-
why. Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like,
They, what is that word?
legally?
Copyright?
No,
Copyright?
Yeah, copyright. They copyright that whole like Wizard of Oz movie. So even the clothing can be. That's why her
The Yellow
gingham,
Brick Road too.
her gingham design
Gen-
was
yeah.
like smaller. Her braids were a bit different. That's why the shoes had to be. That's why
I
in
knew about the
Broadway-
shoes. Yeah.
But also the Yellow Brick Road, they couldn't use the same pattern with the red. That's why it was only yellow, and it was like a swirl, things like that.
Wow, guys. Copyright.
But I didn't mind.
I wanted to say something.
I liked
It
it.
was like a really important opinion of mine. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, the concept of Nora trying to think for her thought. But okay, before you think, while you think, I mean, I'm gonna say what I was thinking. Honestly, I didn't mind. It's just that like I just felt like there were no. You know, one thing I did not like as well. I did not like how we did not see them meeting like the scarecrow and everything like that. I think it was just it was still important, but also I felt like the scenes with Dorothy were so off putting too. I feel like
They felt. Yeah. They.
it felt fake. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like I'm pretending to talk to Dorothy, like bye Dorothy, and she's not there. You know what I mean? Like it, even though she is there, it felt like that. Yeah.
Edited. I do want to say, this is like an opinion, like, and I think majority viewers felt that. I don't want to speak for others, but everyone was like, "What the heck was that lion on about?" That lion had no, like, what do you mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
He's a
Oh my god.
coward.
You was
you
such
are
a
a
hater.
coward, sir.
Like,
You are a
sir,
coward.
You got freed. You got your right to live, and now you're saying you hate the witch.
Ungrateful
But
brat.
you know what?
Why? Because she made you weak, girl. You were born weak. Like of Alphaba, like.
That's what makes you a coward. You know what I mean? You're blaming someone else. That's what makes you a
Oh,
coward.
yeah,
you
true.
know?
And she wasn't the only one that freed you. My bad. Fiero. He did too, no? So
But I think
Yeah,
because
true.
she took the lion. You know what
yeah,
I
I
mean?
know what
So
you mean.
She
opened
took
the
him.
cage.
Yeah.
But I think that's what makes him a coward. It's not. I feel like cowardness can be perceived more than just like I'm scared.
Mama.
I think it's like you're blaming someone else for yourself. You were not able to defend yourself. You were not able to adapt, and you were given everything, and yet you just complaining. You are a coward.
Victimizer.
And yeah, exactly. And like, look how much like the animal like kingdom, like people support each other and they're there for each other. You could have had that, yeah, you chose not to. So do not blame anyone else but you. Thank you.
That's true. But also Bach, like blaming, like her for
gosh.
like
By the way, his performance was really good.
it was he really like sold that anger. But also like, why didn't you give like Nessa Rose like shit for that too? Because it was also kind of her fault.
I truly. I feel
Because she blamed her sister. She was like, yeah, it was Alphaba who did it. Like
That's
she's the one
true.
who did the
Yeah,
spell.
she did trick
Also,
him.
that's another thing that I did not like. You know
She
what's
was a
weird?
bad sister. Oh my
No,
god.
but I just feel like that's my problem with I think part two is like there's not enough exposition, so we don't understand where these characters have been and what it's been like. But at the same time, I feel like everything was so rushed. I wanted to see
Yeah.
more of a moment with Nessa Rose and Bach. I
Me
wanted
too.
to understand their dynamic, and I wanted to understand,
because they've been
That-
together for
yeah.
that long.
and also that whole scene was just like I don't know, it felt so rushed. Like, and it's such an important part of the story because that's after what triggers Nessa being like hit with a house, and then
Like
Glinda,
the scene
everything.
where like he tries to go to like escape Munchkinland and like he figures out that she trapped him there.
That I hated that so much. Like it was so upsetting. I was like, yo, that city hates animals and Munchkin people. Like, oh my days. Like my jaw. Like I never like I wasn't like I liked Bach.
Mhm.
I did. I did like throughout the whole movie. He's so funny. Like he's so quirky. Whatever. It's literally SpongeBob on a screen, but just Bach. You know. You know what I mean?
SpongeBob.
And I did enjoy his character and his presence. He's such a cutie, but I literally went, oh, like you're banned. What the hell? Like,
Yeah.
you know.
But I think that just represents also reality. And like now thinking about it, I'm like Bach was like practically like Nesser's like little like helper,
Munchkin.
Yeah.
like little munchkin that she practically like forced him to be there, and then make sure that he does not leave, and then practically ruins his life and everything like that. And I think it's a reflection of like today's like political like and
Yeah.
like you know
Yeah.
issues that like a lot of people are trapped where they are, and then people make their lives a living hell, and it's like it's the truth.
I was saying how Wicked is such a good analogy for like problems in society today because they use this device that a lot of authors do, even like Shakespeare, that to criticize today's world, you got to create some distance between the people that live in this world. So what you do is that you create a different distant world where you can show all of their problems in a different way with a different type of people in a different place, and then suddenly people's eyes open to what's actually right in their face in their own reality. And I think Wicked does that really good. Creates a fantasy land, but with problems that feel really real,
Mm-hmm.
and people, it really makes people start thinking about stuff.
I agree.
Why are we so serious right now?
No, but like, because I'm thinking, because I mean, do you want to say something?
No, I think that's like the whole base of my emotional structure from that movie. I think it was so relatable in moments, and obviously I think throughout the whole episode I mentioned how it related to Alphaba, but I definitely relate to it individually with different characters. There's so many layers and complexity, whatever.
Complexity,
Yeah, thank you. With everything, so it's just no matter whose story is being told in what way, you find a bit of realness in it, and yeah.
So would you say you have been changed for good?
I did say that in my review. I gave it okay. I want to say something with the review wise. I gave it such
Why
a
did I review
high.
it? Let me
I
check.
gave it a high review by accident.
By accident.
I gave it no because I thought about it and I had to revoke the 5 stars. I
Oh.
had to because
5.
I
wanted
gave it
to-
5. You did not give it 5.
I wouldn't. I would give it
The reason, okay,
3.5.
the reason
I
I gave it
exactly.
5
I revoked it and I put it 3.5.
The reason I gave it 5 is because I'm new to musicals. For sure, everyone
Oh,
who's
for
been
me
new to
too.
musicals, they probably okay, they probably just known about Wicked and is probably thinking like, oh, it's just another generic like musical. But for me, I don't know. Maybe it's because of Ariana Grande. I don't know, but like it was such a really fun story, and I think at the same time,
Sorry.
at the same time, like it really like for me they played in my heartstrings, and like
Yeah.
it was very emotional, and I think it talked about a lot of things that like I relate to, and I also like I relate to their struggles, the adventure they go through, and as well the themes and everything. I think it's a really good story overall. Not the perfect one, like obviously, but I think it's a pretty strong story, a pretty strong like movie, both of them. And I think it's like if it was one, for sure, like I think it would have been stronger, and they probably could have like played more. But at the same time, the movie probably would have been 7 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think for me, that's why I give it 5, because I feel like as much as there were some issues that I did not like just I guess casting issues or no, because I feel like I don't know for you guys, but I feel like there's not that many fantasy like movies or whimsical movies and like
Not really.
fun with like magic and like quirkiness. And I think also for me, it's like seeing Glinda being this quirky little girl.
And also the depth. A lot of stories today, like, it's everything's like either black or white. There's no like nuance in the characters, you know. But Wicked has a lot,
Yeah.
which makes a big difference.
Yeah, and I think for me, it's like I also loved seeing myself in Glinda a lot, like the little whimsical person. I feel like I enjoy seeing a whimsical person. I feel like in a lot of movies they, and especially for women, like they dim this like whimsical person. Like
Yeah.
they're like, oh, she's
Unless
so
it's like the
bubbly.
pixie dream girl, but then you're whimsical, but that's like a it's used like in a sexy way, like it's attractive and not
Yeah,
just like whimsical
exactly.
because you just love living life.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like also I think it just like you saying that just brought something up. I love how these two women weren't really sexualized.
Yeah.
Weren't really. It was really about them as people, and I think that's why I think I love Wicked. You know, it's and I think as women, seeing women friendship and seeing like how women can like see each
Yeah.
other through each other's eyes. I think I don't know. For me, that's why I give it 5.
And
It was
even men, because Fierro, like, I mean, if he was just like a basic dude, he would go for like the most obviously attractive like girl, which is Glinda, right?
Mhm.
But like, no, he didn't care for like
Well,
looks.
he did at first, but then he got
Yeah.
he changed for better. He changed for good. Okay, so any final thoughts, guys?
Well, my final thought is, although we had quite a few dislikes, you know, script wise, and well, we had something to say about the characters, but it's a heartwarming story. And at the end of the day, for me, like, this is what counts the most. So I'm gonna give it. Oh, do I say a rating?
Yeah, give your
Okay.
rating, and then we're gonna do a final rating.
So I'm gonna give it. It's out of 10, right? Wow, I really forgot
out
how
of
to do
10.
this.
Out of 10.
Um,
Wait, how many?
No, it's out of 5,
What,
and then we double
what
it
are you
for-
giving though? What are you?
How
like-
many O's in Fierro?
Okay.
Fierro.
I'm gonna put 7 Fieros.
Perfect. Love that. You, Nora, any final thoughts?
It's out of 5 though, because then we double it for the whole thing though.
No, we do it out of 10.
No, but that's what you've
It's
been doing.
out of 10.
Yeah, I've been doing it out of 10.
We
You're
doubled the
thinking- I think
Letterboxd.
you're thinking
Yeah.
about Letterboxd.
No, I've been giving like the lowest rating then.
No, you've been getting the proper ratings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Out of so my final thought is that I really did enjoy the movie in general. Like, it's something I will go for again. It's something I'll watch again. It's comforting. It's lovely. But yeah, I think my dislikes was really more in my interest of the characters. So it's very like opinion based. So yeah, I really did like the movie in general at the end of the day. So I would give it I would give 7.5 O's in Fierro.
Love that. Love that. I think I already said what I kind of love about this movie, and I mean, I'm just gonna say what I said in my letterbox. I cried, you cried, we crowed. So that determines how much I love this movie, and I'm so happy that I can just rewatch this and just have Wicked always be part of me. So I give it a 10 out of 10. I know it's a lot, but honestly, it was just a really good movie for me. So 10 O's out of Fierro.
And we have been changed for good.
Rate our singing, guys. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my
That was
gosh.
really monotone. Sorry.
So our total rating would be
We have 7, 7.5, and 10.
so like a 8.
Yeah.
8.
No, yeah, 8.
Okay, 8.5 because they ate. They really ate with this movie.
They did, they
So this is it for us. This is our Wicked episode. We're so happy that we are back, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. Again, keep following us on our socials, and please share with your family, with your friends. I think for New Year, we really want to have more of a following and more of a community. So
Yep.
please share, continue to share.
And interact.
And what?
Interact.
Oh, interact. I heard it in Iraq. Anyways, yes, interact
In this
please.
climate.
Please, we have no response from you guys with your opinions. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Tell us what you think about our opinions or the movie. So please let us know. And this is it for us. So.
And we shall reel you guys back in for our next episode.
Bye, guys.
Bye.